It is the last Saturday of the month of July. A very good afternoon to you and many thanks for joining us on this edition of Weekend at 1 with me, Michelle Ngele. We have details this hour of the activities on the Jubilee campaign trail, which is today in Trans Nzoia and Kericho counties, as well as the NASA campaign trail, which today heads to Machakos County. Details of that coming up shortly. But first, here's a look at other news making headlines. Government refutes NASA's claims of a plot to use the military to rig elections. President Kenyatta and his deputy lead their troops in wooing the South Rift. And NASA principals descend on Machakos County to consolidate their support base.
Between President Uhuru Kenyatta and senior military officers, which took place in the...
President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto will today lead campaigns in Trans Nzoia and Kericho County. President Uhuru Kenyatta is expected in Kericho this afternoon in a few minutes, but first, let's listen in to what the president had to say in Trans Nzoia.
Wenzetu wa Kitale, tuwashukuru ukaribisho wenu. Tukiwa tumerudi tena. Si tulikuwa na hii juzi tu. Na tumerudi tena. Na tumerudi tena kuwaomba kwa heshima kubwa. Vile tulivyoomba tarehe 8 mwezi ujao. Mjitokeze kwa wingi. Wenzetu, mtupatie nafasi ya kuendelea na ile kazi ambayo tayari tumeanza. Tupigie Jubilee kura, tuungane pamoja, tuendelee kujenga Kenya hii yetu kwa amani jamani. Wenzetu, haya tutulie tafadhali. Wenzetu, kwa muda mchache wa miaka 4 umesikia idadi ya wale watu ambao tumewaongezea stima katika kaunti hii ya Trans Nzoia. Wenzetu, kwa muda mchache mno wa miezi mingi, kwa miaka 4. Haya tutulie, vijana tutulie, tafadhali. Vijana tafadhali tutulie. Tutulie ndio tusikilizane. Kwa muda mchache wa miaka 4.5 katika Trans Nzoia County tumeweza kujenga na tunajenga 250 kilometers ya barabara. Serikali ya Jubilee imetumilia karibu shilingi bilioni 10 katika kaunti hii ya Trans Nzoia. Wenzetu wa Trans Nzoia, nyinyi ni wakulima wa shujaa ambao mnajulikana Kenya mzima. Nyinyi ndio mnalisha taifa letu la Kenya, kweli ama sio kweli? Wakati tulikuja hapa Trans Nzoia, mlikuwa mnanunua mbolea shilingi 2,000 karibu 500 mfuko moja, kweli ama sio kweli? Tukareduce ikafika 1,800. Na sasa tuna mpango sasa by December mfuko ya mbolea itakuwa shilingi 1,200 kwa mkulima wa mahindi katika Bungoma yetu. Bungoma yetu tukifuatilia, Trans Nzoia tukifuatilia, Hapa kwenu juzi, wakati tulikuwa hapa, tukafungua bus station hapa, ambayo serikali ya Jubilee imetumia zaidi ya shilingi bilioni 1 kuwajengea hiyo bus station ambayo itaimarisha mbegu za ng'ombe na iwezeshe wakulima wetu waweze watoe maziwa mingi zaidi kushinda hapo awali. Wenzetu, juzi tukiwa Eldoret, kiwanda ya KCC ambayo ilikuwa imefilisika.
Well, Murimi Mwangi is our man on the Jubilee campaign trail today. He now joins us live from Kericho County. Murimi, good afternoon. What are the expectations for Jubilee in Kericho?
Well, good afternoon, Michelle. The president has just departed from Kitale, where he was holding the very first function before heading here in Kapkatet Stadium, the historic grounds here, where he will be getting the formal endorsement from William Ruto's backyard to, of course, contest his seat for re-election. That, of course, happening here today at Kapkatet Stadium. And as you can see in the background, just a handful of residents that have turned up here, and there's expectation that more will be heading here soon after the president heads here. But just to get a feel or some thoughts from residents here on what they expect to hear from the president when he comes visiting here, let's speak to a woman rep candidate from the PDR party, an affiliate of the Jubilee party here, Madam Beatrice Kemei. Shukran sana kwa kuungana nasi. What would you want to hear the president talk about when he comes to campaign for re-election here?
Okay, thank you so much. I would want to hear the president talk about peace when it comes to elections. And I am not a prophet, but I can prophesy that the president will win with a landslide. And then I expect the president to talk about subsidizing farm inputs, and especially with tea farming and sugarcane farming. I'm grateful to the government for lifting the loans for the coffee farming, and especially at Kipkelion. So I expect the president also to tell us more about equipping the industry, the hospital that is here at Kapkatet, the MTC that is here. So I really believe that the president will equip them more, the hospital that we have at Kapkatet. And I wish Kenyans to vote wisely and more. So I'm asking them to vote for me. I have an agenda for the women, youth, and special groups. Those are people with disabilities, the widows, the orphans, and all the special groups.
My very final question, Mheshimiwa, due to time. We know you are contesting on the PDR party. There is expectation that the president and his deputy will be campaigning for Jubilee party candidates. Are you worried about that?
Indeed, I am not worried, because PDR is an affiliate party for Jubilee. And I remember the president saying in some place that he really expects the Jubilee party and all the affiliate parties to vote for him. So PDR, he mentioned specifically that PDR is supporting the government, and it is one of the important affiliate parties of Jubilee. Even if he campaigns, the people have their word, and the voice of the people is the voice of God. I am sure they will vote for me.
Thank you very much for your time, Mheshimiwa. That has been...
Even if he campaigns, the people have their word, and the voice of the people is the voice of
Thank you very much, Murimi Mwangi there in Kericho. Now, the NASA counterparts led by presidential candidate Raila Odinga will today be visiting Machakos County to consolidate their support base there. All the principals are expected to campaign in the area regarded as a stronghold. Our political affairs editor Ben Kitili has been on the opposition campaign trail and now joins us by way of phone. Ben, this is NASA presidential running mate Kalonzo Musyoka's backyard. What do we expect from NASA today?
We expect a lot of activity in the county of Machakos today. We are expecting a massive rally. That was what inside the cellar. There has been a campaign that has been ongoing to marshal, wipe and NASA supporters for that massive rally in Athi River in Mavoko constituency. But the NASA brigade seemed to have had a rather late day. They did start very late their campaign. They have a very detailed campaign schedule. They have very many stops to make across all the constituencies in Machakos County, like I told you before. But they started rather late, and we are a bit on the road, so we shall be settling very soon to just give you some of the sound bites from those from that campaign trail. But the NASA presidential candidate, Raila Odinga, and his running mate, Kalonzo Musyoka, have just made their first stopover in Donyo Sabuk. They have started their campaign schedule in Yatta constituency. From there, they will go to Mwala constituency before making their way to Machakos Township constituency. So they have just addressed their first one, was very hurried one in Donyo Sabuk, then making the next stop in a place called Kakuyuni, and then go to Mutituni, that is in Mwala, and then to Machakos Town constituency. From there, of course, they will be trying to be in time for that rally in Mavoko at 3, that is scheduled to be at 3 p.m. So another team also, there's a team 2 which did start their campaign schedule in Matungulu. Then from there, they will go to Kaviani constituency and then make their way to conglomerate in that big rally in Athi in Mavoko constituency. We expect a lot of we expect a massive turnout in Mavoko area, which is a place where the NASA or the Wiper gubernatorial candidate Wavinya Ndeti has a lot of support there. Remember, she was representing Kaviani constituency in the 10th Parliament. And then of course that is now the Mavoko constituency is part of that. So she has a lot of support there. We expect a lot of Machakos County gubernatorial race politics to be playing out. But also we expect Raila Odinga and Kalonzo Musyoka to go all out to try and marshal their numbers in Machakos County, one of the counties that makes up the Ukambani or the lower eastern part of this country, where they have said it's their stronghold. So, of course, they want people to turn out in large numbers. So they will be trying to sell their agenda to the people of Machakos County. And, of course, we have seen Jubilee, led by President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto, pay a lot of attention to that part of the country, the lower eastern, the Ukambani region, addressing a lot of rallies there. Some pundits saying that Uhuru and his Jubilee brigade have made some kind of inroads. And, of course, they did get some votes in 2013. So the NASA brigade, led by Kalonzo and Raila Odinga, will be trying to neutralize that kind of attention that has been given to Ukambani by the Jubilee team. So we expect the campaign schedule or the campaign trail by NASA to pick up. It has started rather slowly. We expect it to pick up in the next 1 hour or so. We shall be definitely giving you some of the sights and sounds from here in the county of Machakos. Michelle.
Our political affairs editor Ben Kitili there in Machakos County. More details of this rally is coming up at 2 p.m. on the campaign edition with Yusuf Ibrahim. It is now 12 minutes past the hour. You are watching a Weekend at 1. Take a short commercial break to stay with us. More news on the other side.